Have you ever had a manager that did not make you feel safe, or maybe other people on the team feel safe, that made you feel small, that made you question what you can do and made you really lose your confidence? Chances are that this manager did not create a psychologically safe environment in the team. Psychological safety, as per Google's own research, is the key factor for building effective teams. It will help your team to be more productive, have higher quality outcomes, and to have a bigger well-being and engagement in your team. In this video, I will share with you why psychological safety is so important and what happens if we don't have it on a team. Hi, I'm Anne, and I'm a former engineer and senior leader in the manufacturing industry, and now I am a leadership coach and an expert for team development. Make sure that you subscribe because I regularly publish new videos about leadership and building effective teams. This is the second video of my 3-part series about psychological safety. Make sure that you check out the first video, which talks about what is psychological safety, the history, and also the definition. Today, I will share with you the consequences of an environment that is not psychologically safe, and therefore why it is so important to be more intentional around the environment and the culture that we build. But before we get into that, I would like to invite you to picture and remember a manager, a leader that you've had that made you feel good, that made you feel great and safe. Do you have a name in mind? How did they make you feel? How did they make you feel when you had to do a new project or learn something new or had to do something you've never done before? What are the emotions that come to mind? Chances are you felt relaxed, you felt confident, you felt like you believed in yourself, and you might have felt excited about conquering new challenges. Now think about a leader you've had in the past that made you feel bad, that made you feel like you lost your confidence, doubt yourself, question yourself, that made you feel like you didn't have what it takes. What emotions come up when you think about this manager? Chances are you feel a bit defeated. Maybe you felt frustrated or angry or sad or even insecure. So what would be the consequences of working with a leader that makes you feel this way? What would that mean for you if you had to learn new things, if you made a mistake and you had to talk about your mistake? What would that mean? Chances are it would feel like a threat. And this is where the problem lies. Our brain is kind of wired to always look out for threats. So it's constantly looking out to detect threats that are in our environment. So we're always scanning the environment, we're scanning who we're talking to, and a person like that, just seeing their name on the phone, probably would send you right into your stress response. Our brain wants to minimize threats and maximize rewards. So if it detects threats, normally our reaction would be to run away, to hide, and to get out of here, right? But if you're in a working environment, you can't really run away. You can't escape the situation. You have to stay in this role and you have to somehow work with it. So what do we do as a response to feeling this threat? Chances are that we might be quiet, we might not share and talk about our mistakes. So if they're found later down the line, the consequences are much worse than if we had admitted it at the start. We won't be able to learn or ask questions. We might not contribute in team meetings. So we might not give our full self and our great ideas and unleash our full potential on the team. So managing these risks takes a lot of energy, and it would just get us to hide and dial ourselves down, essentially. The World Economic Forum has created a really great graphic that shows the cycle of fear and the cycle of these unsafe environments. So if we detect threats, if we kind of dial ourselves down, that also means that we are scared of admitting mistakes. The consequence of that can be that we start blaming others. So we try and protect ourselves, we don't admit about our mistakes, and we try to put it onto others. This then leads to a whole culture in the team of everyone avoiding sharing their different views or opinions. And as a result, we have something that's called the common knowledge effect. So we only listen and hear the voices and opinions of the people that feel safe and confident on the team. And so we kind of get stuck with the same old. It never gets challenged. We never get to change our opinions or even have better ideas. And that will just continue down the spiral, because if we only listen to certain people, other people will feel frustrated, and it will build a culture that feels very unsafe, is not innovative, and will just create a culture where only a few people are heard. There's also something that's called the HIPPO Effect. HIPPO Effect stands for highest paid person's opinion. So this means that if we create an environment where people don't feel safe to contribute and voice their ideas, then most likely the highest paid person, which could be the leader of the team, is the one that is setting the tone, that is making the decisions all by themselves. So the consequences of a team that does not feel psychologically safe is that people make more mistakes, the outcomes will have less quality, less innovation, less creativity, more frustration, lower retention, and less engagement. It will lead to new people that join the team to have a slower learning curve because they don't dare to speak up, and they will never ask the right questions. So they will take much longer to get up to speed. It will lead to people leaving your team. It will lead to people hiding mistakes, which might have, depending where you work and the industry you're in, which might have really, really health and safety critical consequences in the long run with the end user, for example, of a product. On the other hand, when we talk about benefits of psychological safety, we can see that an environment that supports people and their growth and is a safe place to show up as the person we truly are, that it creates a whole different cycle. So if people feel safe to admit to their mistakes, this then leads to a great learning opportunity and a cycle of continuous improvement for the whole team. It then creates an environment where everyone feels safe to share and contribute with their ideas, their opinions, and even challenge the status quo. And as a result, you will have a team and an organization that is more innovative, more creative, and will have better quality outcomes. And you will have higher inclusion and diversity on your team. You will have a healthier workforce. The engagement will be much higher, and you will have high retention of your staff, which is in this world so truly important as an employer, to build a culture where the people want to stay and want to give it their all. So this was a video around the consequences and the reasons why psychological safety is so important. In the next video, I will share with you the steps and behaviors that you can take as an individual and as a leader to build a more psychologically safe environment. Can't wait to see you there.